I bet your missus is getting banged left, right and centre by a car driver. I mean, so shame he's stopping his videos as we won't get to see him squashed. You really are a colossal bell blank. You really are the lowest form of scum on this planet. I mean, and that's just...
Hallelujah. He's out. We're no longer going to have to see another annoying, frustrating, idiotic, weird video of Jeremy Vine in his tight lycra cycling like a madman around London while trying to say that it's the drivers who are the bad guys. He posted on X, small announcement, I'm stopping my cycling videos. The trolling just got too bad. They have had well over 100 million views, but in the end, the anger they generate has genuinely upset me. A regular theme has, sorry, I'm not laughing, has been the desire to see me crushed by a truck. Any cyclist knows this is a very real danger. Well, as I'm constantly saying to Jeremy Vine, I mean, constantly, I say that as if we speak all the time. I used to appear on a show every now and then. I've told him on X. Let me tell you, as a pedestrian walking the streets of London, I'm much more likely to be mowed down by one of your mad cycling mob who think they don't have to follow the road rules and can drive through red lights. And I think we are sick and tired of cyclists believing that they are better than all of us. And I fully support this decision, which looks like it's going to come into place, for cyclists to be able to be charged for dangerous deaths. Because remember, that can happen. So while Jeremy Vine is always talking about the risks for cyclists, what about the risks that cyclists pose to pedestrians? I do have to tell you about, and let's watch it in just a moment actually, his announcement on his Channel 5 show though. Because Basil the Great, setting this up, wrote on X, Jeremy Vine decided to read out some of the comments he gets in response to his cycling videos. It was unintentionally hilarious. And Graham Linehan, the Father Ted writer, posted Partridge moment. Now, come on, we've got to have a laugh sometimes at Jeremy Vine's expense, don't we? Surely he'll take it in good humour. Analysis from Based and Bougie and Sophie Corcoran. After this exceptional, or shall I say, exceptional in a way that they probably didn't expect, piece of broadcasting.
So here we go. It's Jimmy the Fool. Surely this man, that's me, has to be England's biggest A blank, AR blank. It may be terrible, but I hope he falls under the wheels of 5 cars that reverse and make sure the job's done. This is just a little cycle. Tony Doherty. We are all God's children apart from the devil's offspring, who are bicycle fetishists in the main. A perfect example would be Satan's high priest, an all-round bike fetishist Jeremy Vine. Pongo, most annoying, boring C, maybe I'll say clown, with the most boring effing phone-ins, what a clown you are. It's not the word clown. Please die. Sooner the better. I hope you get banned from the roads permanently, you bike Nazi here. You're a, look at that, you're without an apostrophe. That's worse than any of it.
I agree.
You really are a complete C. Your day will come. People want me to get run over. That's what's so weird. Jeremy, you are beyond hated. Please only upload another cycling video if it's you getting run down and hospitalised. This one's fair enough. Maybe spend some time with your wife instead of editing and posting whatever it is, SH something, videos on Twitter, then spending all day trying to justify being a blank. I bet your missus is getting banged left, right and centre by a car driver. I mean, so shame he's stopping his videos as we won't get to see him squashed. You really are a colossal bell blank. You really are the lowest form of scum on this planet. I mean, and that's just, there's thousands where they came. And I had to take out the rudest ones. What's happened to us, Michael?
Oh, look, I mean, I'm only laughing because there's something very earnest about Jeremy Vine, and I think a little bit naive, because I'm sure any of the three of us, could pull the worst examples of trolling that we have received and that we still receive on a daily basis and put them together, and they would look that nasty. But I think if you just focus on the extremities of the trolls, you actually miss the serious point. And the serious point here, Sophie Corcoran, is that for a very, very long time, Jeremy Vine, the cycling fetishist, I quite like that, has decided to try and say that cyclists are all good and all gods, and drivers are all bad. And anyone who is on the roads knows that that is just not the case. There are as many crazy cyclists as there are crazy drivers. But first, you know I never recommend anything unless I truly believe in it. And today I've got something absolutely game-changing for you. Have you ever stopped to think about how crucial comfort is, especially down there? Well, let me tell you, today's Outspoken is proudly sponsored by Sheath Underwear, the revolutionary brand shaking up men's comfort across the globe. And here's what makes it even better. Sheath was founded by a US Army veteran, Robert Patton, while he was serving in Iraq back in 2007. So that's right, this isn't just any underwear brand. This is designed for the toughest conditions imaginable, because Patton was battling relentless heat and discomfort in full combat gear, and he thought there has to be a better way, so he created it. And let's be honest, traditional underwear just doesn't cut it anymore. Sheath's innovative dual pouch design ensures your comfort all day long, keeping things separate, cool, and fresh. Imagine your essentials being comfortably cradled away from unwanted friction and heat. Trust me, it's genuinely transformative. I personally wear these at the gym, at long days at work, even just relaxing at home, and I'm telling you, once you've experienced Sheath, there is simply no turning back. They are stylish, they are supportive, and they deliver unmatched comfort. I describe it like upgrading from economy to first class, but for your underwear. And right now, the great news is I am offering you an exclusive 20% discount at sheath.com. All you need to do to claim 20% off your entire order, by the way, is use my special promo code OUTSPOKEN at checkout when you go to sheath.com. So what are you waiting for? By the way, Sheath is the perfect present for your husband, your brother, your son, your brother, or hard to buy for best mates. But ladies, don't worry. If you think this is just for the men in your life, you are wrong. There are female versions available too, and you can see some of them being modeled here alongside the UFC boss, because Sheath is the first official underwear of the UFC. So you can click on the link below and head to sheath.com. Just enter Outspoken at checkout, and then you can thank me later when you're feeling comfortable, confident, and ready to tackle anything your day throws at you. Sheath underwear, redefining comfort one pair at a time. But now, back to the show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't drive, but I hate cyclists, to be honest. I think they're as bad as vegans. They're just insufferable in every way imaginable. But I love Jeremy Vine. This is the most controversial thing I promise I'll ever say on Outspoken. I won't dare utter something that's controversial ever since. So sorry to our viewers, but I love Jeremy Vine because he just does not take himself seriously at all. And
he does all the TikToks and everything.
And he's just so sweet.
Sophie, that's the thing. I'm with you. Like, I know most viewers of Outspoken cannot stand Jeremy Vine, but on the whole, he's a contrarian who likes to play both sides, and I don't have any issues with the guy. He is a nice man, but Based and Bougie, at the same time, you can understand that these cyclists who think that they are holier than thou are very, very frustrating when we see their behavior on the roads of our biggest cities on a daily basis.
Yeah, no, I'm a driver, and I can tell you for a fact that cyclists, they act like they own the road. Like the way they, as if 20 miles per hour isn't annoying enough, and now you have this cyclist just cycling so slow, doesn't want to get out of the way, and the minute you even just zoom past them, they pretend to fall, and they are a headache. However, I actually did enjoy his cycling videos. I just feel like this country has gotten into such a state, and it's become so serious that sometimes seeing his videos can give us a laugh.
Okay, well shall we have a laugh? Shall we have a laugh then? Because we're going to say RIP to the Jeremy Vine cycling video, and this is what we're missing out on. Watch.
Can
He's
I
gonna
be
hit the
any
track.
closer to the curb? Wow! What is going on? Let's look again. Now just see. Is she too... Yes, I'm sorry. That's 3 feet or less. That's less than a metre. You've got to be 1.5. And what's amazing here, wow, there is no possible reason for that bus to be so close to me, so scarily close. Just look at how much of the road she has. She doesn't even have to be near me. That was bad. What you've just seen is the reason cyclists go in the middle of the lane. Sorry, should go in the middle of the lane. This is me in Oxford Street. Now, the bus driver thinks he can fit by, and he's pushing to, but I can't allow him. I will be in the middle of the lane for precisely the reason that you saw earlier, where if I go to the left, the bus will pass me too close. So it's safer for me to adopt what is called primary position. But it leaves drivers thinking, what the hell is he doing? In the end, the bus isn't slowed down, by the way, because in London, the cyclist is always faster.
And that's the arrogance, isn't it? In London, the cyclist is always faster. And he might as well have just said in London, the cyclist is always right. But I mean, gosh, a huge amount of effort went into those videos, Sophie Corcoran. I imagine his wife will be very happy, actually, that he's stopping producing those they're like little movie productions. How does he have the time? He's already got 2 jobs.
Yeah, he's so talented. I mean, I wish I could edit like that. Could you imagine how good all of our stuff would be? I mean, GB News could probably borrow him as an editor. I mean, he's a serious
better than anything
talent,
I've ever produced.
It made me laugh when he tries to start fighting a bus, but it just reminds us. Dan, did you go to primary school here? I don't know, based in Bougie. Did you ever do that cycling proficiency?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. That was so good.
It reminds me exactly.
Do you know, I could never cycle. I could never cycle. This is my big revelation. I just have never liked it. And my dad used to have to run after me and I couldn't brake. And sometimes you just know you're not made to do something. So I just haven't cycled. I don't cycle. By the way, speaking of GB News, and only because you raised it, Sophie, only because you raised it, I remember about 3 years ago, I was hosting a show and we fell off air for 45 minutes. And I just hit the roof. I was like, this is insane. Like, how do we not have the technology to just stay on air as a national news station? What happens if we were covering massive breaking news? And I sort of sat in the studio seething and I spoke to all the executives and the board members and like, this is crazy. Yeah, Dan, we've got to sort it out. We're going to sort the technology out. Do you know, last night, I was told, I haven't checked if this is true, but I heard it from a very good source, that GB News was off air for something like 3 hours. Or their shows between 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock just had these huge breaks of like half an hour and they just couldn't broadcast. And I thought, oh my goodness, thank God I'm not there anymore because my heart rate would not be able to cope with that. My stress levels used to get so high when I was dealing with that sort of technology anyway. Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go wherever you are.